coffee time. It's Sunday. I've had a great Sunday so far. I'll tell you all about it. And the coffee wound up being delicious. Patting myself on the back right now because I drank almost all of that coffee myself. Because, okay, you know how I told you that my sleep schedule got all off last week? So this morning I woke up at 6 and I was awake and the cat was awake. There was a flurry of activity in my room. I was like, maybe I can go to sleep for another hour, maybe 2 hours if I'm lucky. Didn't happen. So I got up and started doing errands. I made coffee, and normally I make coffee up to the 8 because Ro and I drink about the same amount of coffee. Yes, technically that's supposed to be 8 cups of coffee, which would mean that Ro and I both drink about 4 cups of coffee. Don't worry about it, guys. It's not a big deal. We've both been eating breakfast recently, which helps. But yes, that is a lot of coffee, which is why I trained myself to now start drinking black coffee rather than putting a ton of sugar in it, because you can imagine 4 cups of coffee with a butt ton of sugar in it, not great for me or my teeth. My goodness. But so I was going through my closet all over again because I can apparently never be happy, and I've been looking up headboards that I can make for when I get my new bed because I know that I want a squishy headboard, and I think that it would be fun to make my own because then you can cut the wood however you want it to be, and I can put like a lot of foam on there and then cover it in whatever fabric I want. I think that it would be really cool. And I love the look of like the paneled wood ones. I think that they're gorgeous, but I don't want to lean against that. I like sit up and lean against that wall all the time, and I wind up having to shove a million pillows behind me, and if my headboard was essentially a thin pillow, that would help so much. So that's the idea. I've been looking at a lot of different headboards, and then I wound up in this weird vortex where I was reading about zippers and how to correctly sew in zippers, and that was a big old thing. It was really interesting though. Although the first article that I read, the reason that I got into a vortex about it is because the first article that I read was written terribly and didn't really explain what she was saying. She was like, this is an ugly zipper and this is a nice zipper, and you fix it by making it so that the teeth face out. I was like, the teeth, don't they always? What? I got so confused. So then I read a million articles about that, and I was like, why do I have 8 tabs up in my browser about articles? This is ridiculous. And then I went back to headboards. But the great thing, and yes, I know that I tell so many stories about food. I know. I'm sorry. I've been called out on it more recently because some of you have been watching me for a long time now and you're like, Dodge, love you, love your show, but my goodness, you talk about food a lot. I know, I'm sorry, but it just wound up being that part of my day, the really fun part of my day was at a place of eating. So Trisha came over because she went to the League of Legends Season 2 championships last night and she was nearby. So she came by and we were all hanging out this morning, and she was like, do you guys want to go to ramen or dumplings or something? Because I know a lot of really good places nearby and far away if, you wanted to make more of a big trip of it, and show you some good places to eat because, we don't leave the house very often. And so we were both like, well, sure, let's do something like that. I didn't want to be out like all day, so I was like, well, if there's a place closer, I'd love to do that, and like ramen sounds great. I would have been totally up for the adventure if I hadn't just got back last night. So I was like, I'm still like a little tired. You guys probably can't tell from this video because I'm talking so fast. I realize I'm talking very fast. I'm gonna try to slow it down a little bit, but I have been tired today. So we went to a place that was nearby. We went to this little Japanese grocery store, and then I got udon and they got ramen. Here's the thing that I need to tell you guys, is that I have never been able to successfully open an onigiri wrapper. Now, let me try, I'm trying to figure out how to explain to you what this is. So, onigiri is like meat, typically, sometimes spam if you're in Hawaii, meat, and then sticky rice, and then seaweed over the sticky rice. Okay? So the wrapper has little pull tabs on it, normally 3. There has never been a moment in my life where I have gotten onigiri at a store and been able to open it correctly. I don't know what is wrong with me. I read the instructions so carefully, and I can't figure it out. And every time that I complain about this and somebody says, oh, can I try? They do it perfect. They do it perfect. I don't get it. I don't understand, because it's like, so they're shaped like this, right? The ones that I always get salmon. I always get salmon onigiri, and they're so good. I eat all of my udon, and then I round it off with my salmon onigiri, and I never get rice everywhere somehow. But like, it's usually winds up like snapping in half and seaweed's everywhere, and I'm just like eating the seaweed and then trying to eat the, it's terrible. But, so it's shaped like this, and there's a pull tab right here. And you pull this and it goes all the way around. Okay, so now it's just 2 separate side wrappers because all of this is gone. And then you take the side corners and you're supposed to just pull them off. That's how simple this is supposed to be. So every time I do the pull tab, and there's a little bit of shakiness in the top pull tab, and I'm like, oh no. And then I finish it and I go, okay, all right, looking good so far. And I grab the corners and I pull them and everything comes to pieces. And I'm like, why? And I don't know if I grab too much. Do I, I only grab. It is so frustrating. It is so, I feel like I need to watch a YouTube video. I feel like I need to be one of those people who goes on YouTube and searches for something totally innocuous and says, how do I open an onigiri wrapper? Because my goodness, is it hard and I can't figure out how to do it, and some 12-year-old on the internet, please explain it to me because it's driving me nuts. That's my life. That's my life right now. It's just so frustrated with myself and my onigiri wrapper problems. Someday I'm gonna do it perfectly, and I'm going to wish that I had filmed it. Trisha might teach us how to do fancy bento boxes, and we're really excited about it. I didn't realize, like, I knew that people in Japan really loved, like moms specifically really loved doing, you know, really cute bento boxes, but I didn't realize it was so competitive. Like, I didn't know that moms would be like, I want my child's bento box to be the best one. And so they're constantly like trying to outdo each other. I had no idea. It's so funny to me though. So now I'm like, I want to learn how to do all of the hilarious bento box things. Like, I want to know how to make every animal out of rice and seaweed. I want to know how to do all of these silly things. So that's my quest right now. Did I tell you I clipped the cat's nails? He was not excited about that. He's been upset with me all day. And obviously I only cut off like the very tip because I'm so scared of hitting the quick, so I like clip really far away from the quick. But every time I do it, he's just like, I'm like, I'm sorry. I just like knowing that when you need me, you're not gonna leave blood everywhere. That's all that I want out of my day. That's all I want. When I huggle you and you're really happy and you're doing this, I wanna know that there won't be marks everywhere and blood and sadness. So he's been all like, all day. So I'm gonna go snuggle him and maybe watch more Breaking Bad, or maybe read about headboards some more, because why not? I started also reading about like how to make different types of furniture. Just want to make so many things, guys. I just want to make everything. I was like, well, if I'm making my headboard, maybe I could just make my bed. And then I was like, no. Just go to IKEA, buy a bed frame. Don't worry about it, Dodge. Just make the headboard if you must. But the rest of it, don't worry about. So that's what I'm gonna do. It would be kind of awesome though, if I could just make the whole thing. It'd be so cool. I'd tell everybody, but I'd also be worried that it would fall apart. You know? anywho, I hope you guys had a good day. I had a great day. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah.